So that's my name, and about my experience, I have roughly around 10 years of experience, just less than 10 bit. So 10 years of experience into the whole industry, and I have worked on like power center. I have almost like 3-4 years experience. On IDQ I have worked on 7-8 years, and on MDM I have worked 7 years. So that's my experience. And on roles, like I have worked on different roles, like on architect role as well as a senior developer, as a developer, and many other roles, right? So that's my introduction. Now let's start directly on the definition. So let's start with the definition. We'll try to understand what exactly is MDM. Then we will see some other things, the structure of the course and all those things. So I'll open this document. Right. So since we are here to attend this, to understand what exactly is MDM. So let's start with that. What is MDM? You know the full form, and I'm sure that you would have done some Google work over that, right? So anyway, I will explain it briefly in my method. MDM is master data management. So it's actually management of master data. That's what it is, management of master data. But to understand what exactly is master data, to understand MDM, we need to understand master data. To understand master data, we should have an understanding of what exactly is data. Now, what exactly is data? Data is information. Some people might agree, some people might not agree, but frankly speaking, data is nothing but it's just information. So information that is generated at each and every second. So for example, I'm saying something here. Now, if you start recording that and everything, then that is audio data or video data. So data is information. Now, if I have to be more specific, that is, what is data for a company? Now, data for a company is the data about its customers, the products, the employees, and all their details. That's what data is. So data is something that helps an organization to grow. That's also a definition, because without data, it is impossible for any company to move forward. It's impossible in today's world, right? So that's what data is, very simple definition. Now, if that is data, then what exactly is master data? What is master data? Master data means mastering the data or the unique version of the truth. So that's a dictionary example, but let's try to understand using an example. Okay, so I will show this example, then I think it will be more clearer. One second. Okay, so let's take a very simple case study of a telecom company. Okay, let's say a telecommunications company, or something like, let's say Airtel India Private Limited. That's the name of the company. And let's say there is a customer called as John K. Smith. That's his name, John K. Smith. And John K. Smith takes three different services from Airtel, right? Three services: a prepaid service, a postpaid service, and an internet service, right? So just try to understand, try to visualize what will happen when John takes a service. So what will happen is his information, his contact details, his address details, his details, and all his details will be collected, I, by the company, and it will be stored in a database. That's where the customer is registered, or you call that as client registration portal, right? So there it will be there. Just 1 second, 1 minute. Okay, just 1 second. I was just looking. Right. So as a result, what has happened is you have a prepaid database. So this is the prepaid database, and his information is gathered in this prepaid database. And again, he takes an postpaid service. So his information is registered separately, and similarly an internet-based service, internet service, broadband or something. Now the first question, like why do I see that why do I need different databases to store this information? Why can't I create something vanilla, like a generic thing? It's not possible to do a generic one because the business attributes that are there for prepaid and postpaid are of course different, and internet is completely different. So it's not possible to store it in a single interface, single registration portal. That's the reason why I have different portals. So this is clear that I have three systems, okay, and all these three systems have the customer information. And talking about John is present in this system, this system, this system. So this all looks fine. So what's the problem then? The problem is in identifying this customer, because I am giving this example, so I know that John is the same John. But you see there is a problem that here the name is John, here it is John Smith, here it is John K. Smith. So now I have a problem. That is, the details of the customers are not in sync. So you will see that the names are different here. You will see that the addresses are either completely different or slightly different. The date of birth is different, and a lot of other attributes, they might be same or they might be different. Okay, so as a result, what is happening is the company has customers, and the customers are spread across the organization in different silos or different source systems, different systems. But I don't have a method to identify that this is the same customer which is present in all the different places, right? And frankly speaking, that's what MDM does, nothing more than that. I mean, MDM, that's the main crux of the MDM, that's the main story. What it does is, it MDM is a technology, it's a tool, it's a algorithm that helps you to identify that yes, this customer, this customer, and this customer, all of them are actually referring to the same customer. I mean, all these three instances or all of these three records are referring to the same customer. That's exactly what MDM does. So if I have to define MDM in just like for a layman, let's say, who does not know anything, then the simple definition is match and merge. It means it's very simple. You match records across the systems. So you have match records across this system, this system, this system, this system, and then you identify the uniqueness, that's called as the matching. And once you identify that they are unique, you understand, right? Once you identify this one, once you perform this step, that yes, these three records are actually unique, then you merge them. Merge means merge. So you create the unique version of the truth. So you squeeze these three information to create one version of the truth, just like a sandwich, right? So, and you can see from this example that I have identified that this and this record and this record, they are all same, and then I have merged them to create the unique version of the truth. And the first line that you see here, that's nothing but that's the unique version of the truth. Okay, now saying that, now let's go a bit deeper and try to understand a bit more. First, now let's talk a bit more about the matching. Now, why do I need exclusive software to do this? I mean, why can't I do it using just some custom codes, or let's say an ETL, or let's say IDQ or something? Why do I need an exclusive software? The main reason why you need an exclusive software is because of this pattern variation. So you see that there is a variation in pattern, And talking about data warehouses, now data warehouses, frankly speaking, they don't have this ability to identify patterns like this. I mean, data warehouses, what max it can do is you have something like where name like, so you have a like operator, or you have name is equal to something, or in, or something like that, or at max you can have a regular expression. Now we are not talking about regular expression like name or something like that. We are talking about a advanced thing, advanced in the sense that we are talking about a matching technology that has the ability to identify complex patterns. For example, let's say this is one name and I have this another name, right? In databases, even though you know that these are same, these two are same, I mean these two, they are same, but you can't identify using the databases. So that's the reason why we are talking about an exclusive matching technology. Now some of you who might have like, let's say if you have worked in IDQ, then you will see that there's a similar matching technology in IDQ. And in fact I will compare MDM with IDQ, then it will be clear. But I'll just tell you that of course the matching is there in IDQ and MDM in both places, but they have different purposes. I mean they are for different use. Anyway, so IDQ is something we'll talk about that later. Now let's talk about even more complex patterns of matching. I mean what more? More is, let's say I have something like Munich and I have something like Munchen. Now can your database identify this, that these two are same? No, but an MDM can do it. And let's say another example, I'll take it in Europe. So in Europe, IJ and Y, they are same. So if someone is saying like Sunnis and Sunni, then your, actually we are talking about the same customer. So your matching should be able to identify this, right? So that's the reason why we need an exclusive matching software. And do not assume that, I mean, this is all what is there in the matching. Matching is a very complex in the sense inside, not outside. Outside it's very easy to use. Inside it has many complex pattern identification and all that. So there are a lot of things, a lot of stuff are there. But anyway, you don't need to worry. For you, just understand this much that, I mean, this is what matching is. It helps you in identifying records that look similar or are similar. And see, if you have any doubts at any point of time, you can always stop, unmute, and you can ask me, because moreover this will be an interactive session only, so you're welcome to do that. Okay, now then the second part of it, that's the merge part. So merge part is clear. I mean match is clear. Now merge part is you take these three and merge them in, just like squeeze them to create unique version of the truth. For example, see a example of merger. For example, let's say if I have something like amazon.com and I have something like ebay.com. Okay, let's imagine that Amazon takes over eBay. Now what will happen? That's called as a merger. And what exactly happens in the backend? In the backend you will see that this guy has a CEO and this guy had a CEO, right? Now which CEO is going to survive? Because I can't have two CEOs in the survivor, or not possible, right? So I must have only one CEO. So which CEO should be the survivor? That would of course depend upon the ability, I mean the proficiency of this CEO or this CEO. Whoever is the best one survives. So same goes for here as well. So when I'm trying to merge, I have this as his name, and I have this as the customer name, right? So which one to keep? Because you, if I ask you a question that which one is the proper version, you might say that this one. Why? Because it looks big, looks complete, but I mean we can't work on assumption. At least, I mean, a computer cannot work. So how will a computer or an MDM system knows which one to keep? Now that's called as the trust framework, or in the MDM world, we say that it's the survivorship. Survivorship means who is going to survive. So that's what will be decided here. So what will happen in the backend is you will give scores. For example, you will give let's say 80 here, then 90 here, and let's say 95 here, right? So you will see that if, I mean, this course is something that you will configure, and once you do that, then the best version is picked up. I mean, whichever is the best version that you have, that will be stored. Okay, that's the concept of the whole MDM. And whatever we have seen, I'll just quickly summarize, then I will
Hey
just, yeah,
Sunil, hi, this is Alok.
yeah, look.
Uh, Hi, actually I didn't get the email where to start or the meeting invite, anything.
Uh,
So I mean I have missed whatever time you started and whatever you have covered.
no, we have not covered much. I just started just, there was a confusion that it will be at 6:30 or 6:15. So that was my fault only. So apologies for that. Actually,
Okay,
it will be in 6:30 only, but I started a bit early, 5 minutes. But I will revise. No need to worry. Okay.
okay,
So
thank you.
that's my apologies. Right. So I will summarize now. Okay. So first we will see the, so you would have seen functional definition, because if you go to Google, then you will see MDM is this, MDM is that. So that's fine. But let's try to understand with an example. So what I was saying, I will quickly summarize that. Now the summary, see, I have, let's say this is a case study of an Airtel, a company like Airtel India Private Limited or Vodafone or something, right? Now, a customer, John, applies for three different services in the same company: prepaid service, postpaid service, internet service. As a result, what will happen is prepaid service will, the customer that is registered here will be stored in this database, and the customer that is registered here will be stored in this database, and the customer that is registered for internet service will be stored here. Okay, now that looks fine, but the problem is the details of the customer are different. I explained this question, but no one asked me like, why do you think that, I mean, the customer names will be different, or how do you think that they might be different? Now that's a question, because uh, someone can ask me that, I mean, is this hypothetical? I mean, like John Smith, John K. Smith, I mean, will it really happen in practical? Or if it does happen, how can it happen? It will happen, and I will tell you the main reasons, and that's the reason why nowadays the data quality is on a very high demand, because everyone has DQ issues. For example,
Sunil, this is Arvind, if you can hear me.
yeah, I can hear you.
Um,
Yeah,
so just like as you were explaining that you started from 6:30. One more thing, like um, uh, I was very much curious about like I wanted an answer like why MDM? Why not
yeah,
something else?
you just have to be a bit patient. Once we cover the definition, then we will go to why MDM. Okay, so no need to worry. We'll cover that.
Yeah,
I'll cover why MDM and why Informatica MDM. Both we will try to understand. Okay, no need to worry.
yeah.
Because first I'm trying to cover what exactly is MDM. The puzzle is, now once the puzzle is over, it things are more clear. Okay,
Okay, okay.
right. I'm getting a lot of disturbance. I'm muting. Right. Now, right. So let's try to complete this quickly. A lot of other things to cover. Okay. So now I have the same customer information spread across, but the problem is it's different. Now let me try to justify why it is different. It can be different because of interface type, inter sorry, interface type, interface type in the sense, So for example, some information is registered via internet, some is registered via phone, and lot of information is registered over the counter. Okay, so it's possible that uh, this registration was done via phone, this one via internet, and this one via your over the counter, or you just go to the store and do it. Now what's the difference? The difference is of course that the data is not validated when we are talking about internet, because internet is a world of speed. So very less minimal validation is done. Here it's done, but still information is lost, right? And here it's quite good because we pretty much validate most of the things and then we go, but this will take the maximum time, and this will take lesser, and this takes almost like zero. So you would have seen somewhere like open a bank account in just like 5 minutes. So you can open a bank account in 5 minutes. Can you tell me how it happens that someone can open an account in 5 minutes? So is your address validated? Is your details validated? No, they will be validated later, but not instantly, right? So that's the reason why when someone collects the information via internet or via phone, it's not validated. As a result, a lot of people give intentionally correct incorrect information. For example, let's say my full name is Sunil Kumar Mohanty. Actually that's my full name, but normally I use like Sunil Mohanty, and sometimes I use Sunil K Mohanty. So I mean that's about me, and sometimes I just use Sunil. So you can see many variations in my pattern, right? So that's the first reason. And second reason of justification of the data quality issue is the shift in technology. Shift in technology. Shift in technology in the sense, in 1950s or 60s, somewhere around 1950s or 60s, don't remember exactly, we had the mainframes. That was the biggest thing there, mainframes. Then gradually we had shift to the node computing, then the grid computing, then the cloud, then I'm not sure what will come in future, right? So what is happening is technology is continuously shifting. And if I try to analyze that, let's say, let's talk about something like Cisco, a company. A Cisco has almost like 50 different IT divisions. Okay, now different IT divisions, you will see that some IT division, let's say the data warehouse is on a grid technology, whereas the transactional processing is still in mainframes. I'm just giving an example, frames, and other teams are in grid, some are in cloud, like that. So again, because of this reason, the DQ issues that happen in mainframes and the issues that happen in the data warehouses are of course different, because they're using different technologies. As a result of this mix-up, I am having this issue, this data quality issue. Okay, whatever data quality issue you're seeing. So that's the reason why we have different versions. Now finally, I merged them and create the unique version of the truth. That's the definition of MDM. So you match it. Match means you identify the duplicates and then you merge it to create the unique version of the truth. Now whatever we have seen, let me do a quick demo in the tool. Then once the demo is done, then we will go to the definition of why we need an MDM solution, because that's the most important question. Because if you go to any interview, the first question they will ask you is, they'll not ask you what is MDM. They'll ask you why your company has used MDM or they need MDM. So you need to justify very clearly, otherwise in the first topic itself it's lost interview, right? So anyway, first let me demonstrate this, then right? So whatever you see in this diagram, I will try to just demonstrate that. Okay, so this scenario, prepaid, postpaid, internet, I will try to demonstrate that in the tool. So let me go here. It's a very simple use case I have taken. So just one table, that's it. Party table, I have it for this. Now in this party table, I am storing the name of the customer, the party ID. There's something called as an Avon ID, which is an internal ID in the company. A phone number, address, a name means the full address, and then the gender information. So I'm storing this information of the customer. Now, because see, the whole demonstration will take 2-3 hours full if I do it. I will just show you this match and merge feature so that you can correlate the theory with the lab or the tool. Right? So let me open the tool once. Um, 1 second. Yeah, right. Yeah, if you have any doubts, anything, you can ask me. No problem.
Hey Sunil, this is Nitin.
Yeah, hi Nathan.
So, so I have a query here. Basically, like the features we are discussing right now, like I'm assuming like these are not only feature that supports MDM, because like I'm still
That's correct.
confused.
MDM is quite huge in terms of the different things. What you said is correct, but the main core part of MDM is this. That's what it does. But if I open the course contents, then see, um, I mean, the main part is still 50 percentage. You will see that I will explain that there are total 16 topics, out of which the match and merge part is, I'm just explaining this part, which is the most important part. Okay. You will see that you can also do data quality, data cleansing and all that, which I have not mentioned now because I don't want to overload that, which we will discuss. But yes, what you said is correct. That's not exactly, I mean, what is the complete product. You have a lot of other things, but the whole thing revolves around just this. If you know this, everything is just an extension or customization of this match and merge in MDM. Then it's
Yes,
about,
so
yeah,
Sunil, my confusing part is like, why should I go for MDM instead of using any other data quality tool? Like
MDM
these
is
features
not
are.
data quality. MDM is, that's what, see, MDM and data quality are different things. See, basically you have ETL, you have something like IDQ, you have something like MDM, right? And you will see that all these three products are from Informatica. Okay, Informatica supplies all these three products. Now, anyway, I will compare this later because there's a separate topic for that itself, because there are many points that we'll consider here. Okay, but since you have asked this question, I'll just try to answer that briefly. See, uh, IDQ means it's data quality. So it's, I'll just say DQ. DQ means it's a data quality tool. So what it does is it checks the quality of the data, and if there is some issue, fixes that. So it's all about the quality of the data. That's it, right? But this is not about the data quality stuff. The data quality is just a part of it. But the main part is to create the master version, the identifying the duplicates, creating the version and publishing the data, maintaining the central 360-degree angle of the customer, which is much more than this. So there might be some confusion between this and this. The reason is you will see that DQ also provides some matching feature. So matching is something that is there in any DQ tool, but that matching is quite limited in its own sense. It's just about matching two files and telling that these things are common. But this is not just about matching two things. It's about matching and storing the unique version of the truth, publishing it, integrating in real time, and there are many things that are there in MDM, which is something that you can't compare it with any of this, right?
All right, all right.
One more thing, like Sunil, there are different systems as you explained, right? That you are trying to merge and create a single golden record for a person here, right? As
Right,
a party.
right.
Just wanted to know, like, there are different systems. So there are also like system which
No, I can't hear you. I think your voice is gone. I think you're muted or something. Oh, I can't hear you. Okay, fine. I think so. While he asks, so I think we will continue. So let's check this quick demonstration of this feature. Now I have, let's, Select star from C underscore LND underscore party. See here. So this is the data that I have, and this is the data that I have from the source systems from clear. So this is the data that I'm getting from the source system. Let's try to check it quickly. So I have the name John Smith, John K. Smith. This is the source key. Okay. Now this one is coming from prepaid. This record is coming from postpaid, and this record is coming from internet database. You see that the address is similar but not same. You see there is a house number extension of A which is not in here. You see an house number extension E which is not in here. So all these three addresses are different but similar, right? The phone numbers are of course different here. Okay, so you have something that is same, something that is different, and this is what is there in my source, right? So what I will do is I'll pull the data from the source, then I will perform something called as the match and merge, so which we will see now. So first what I will do is I will pull the data. So to pull the data, I will explain this later, what's this job and all that, but I'm just trying to give a very high level overview of what we are doing. So just say execute, then you will see that this will pull the data to the main table. This is not the main table. The main table is, this is my main table. That's called as C underscore party. That's called as a master table also because it stores the master data. Yeah.
Sunil, sorry, I missed you like last 1 minute.
Yeah, no problem.
So I
I
just
was just
missed it.
explaining the data. So this is the data that we have in the source. So in the source, I have the name as John Smith, John K. Smith. One is prepaid, postpaid, internet. So exactly what we have seen in this this page, same thing, the same customer. So one record I'm getting from prepaid, another from postpaid, another from internet. Now the problem is the names are different, of course, and phone numbers are different, and you see the gender is matching and the address is not same. Address is similar. So this is HNO 101 colon, this is HNO with an extension A with a different extension A, right? So this is the data that we have. Now what I did is I ran a job called as, this is the batch load job. There are many processes, that's the staging process, load process. We will understand that later. But as of now, just assume that I'm just pulling the data to my main table, and here I go. When I ran this job, clicking execute, then I have data in my main table. Okay, so that's my main table, and you see that there are duplicates, right? So the first step is to pull the data, then I will perform the deduplication. To perform the deduplication, I have created a rule. I will show you what's the rule. The rule is, see, um, this is called as a rule. Now if the gender, the person name means the name, and the Avon ID, if these three matches between the customers, then I consider it as a same. Now you will see that person name is a similar matching, or what you say fuzzy matching, or identical matching, right? Whereas these two are something that is exact matching. Okay, so this is my rule based on which my matching will be done, and then I will go and run this auto match and merge job. So if I run this auto match and merge job, what I can expect is, I can expect that these three customers will be identified by Informatica as same, and it should be merged. Now let's see, right? So this is done. You can see here that Informatica has identified these three as same, and it has merged this records. Now where can I see this? I can see that in here underscore xref there is another table underscore xref. So here I can see that all these three customers are referring to the same. You see that 222, right? And what exactly is 2? 2 is nothing but this. So I have merged them and created the unique version of the truth, and once I do that, then I can see that this is what is the main crux, the main part of MDM, right? and after that you publish and do a lot of things. There are many things, but anyway, that's a different story. And about the survivor, so I have the survivor, that is John K. Smith. On what basis this was chosen as a survivor? That's called as trust. So trust is something that I don't think I've configured, but if you have not configured, it's on the last update date. So you will configure the trust like this, like you will give scores, something like this. Let's say I will enable trust for all. Okay, now if I go here, then this is what I was talking about. Let's say name, you can give a score like this is 80, this is 90, this is something around 95, right? So that's the story about this small example, small demonstration of the feature. Now let's go back again to the theoretical, because just theory is always boring, right? So now,
Sunil,
yeah,
you will go into detail of each of these, whatever
right.
you did right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, oh, you're asking, will I go in the details of that? Of course,
Yes.
because I mean, that's the whole topic, right? I mean, the match and merge, the thing that I explained in 2 minutes, actually we will, I will show you the code's content. The
Yeah,
fifty
yeah. No,
percentage,
that's
it will take,
why I didn't ask.
no, no, it is just, it will take 50% of the course itself to cover what I've just covered now. Okay, but I
Okay.
just want to give you an overview of what we wanted to do. Okay,
Okay.
for example,
That's
what's a
why I
match
didn't ask
rule?
any questions.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's fine. If you have,
Yeah.
like, that's fine. You can always stop me. That's well and good. Okay, no need to worry about this. I just wanted to show you so that you can correlate this example with the tool. So, I mean, just example, no one will remember. But when you saw the tool, see the tool, then it's better. But now that's okay. So we have discussed on the MDM. Now I will discuss on the business cases of the MDM in the next session, because we don't have that much time. Business case in the sense, like in case of I've given an example of telecom sector, but I did not tell you that if MDM is there, what's the benefit to the company? If it's not there, what's the problem? And in case of a bank, in case of an insurance, and in case of pharma and dot dot dot. We'll talk about that in the next session, because in today's session we'll try to cover, try to understand why MDM, because let's go to,
And Sunil, if you don't mind, like, what is the basically difference between the CRM system, the other systems? Like,
yeah, now we will
how
discuss.
the MDM is implemented in CRM system? How?
CRM system is a separate system, MDM is a separate system. CRM will work with
No,
MDM. I'll come to that when I
yeah,
define this
but
point,
the
then it will be clear.
how it is different from the other systems? Like in CRM, what I understand is like it's a single system, right?
CRM will never master the data. So the information that you see here, the whatever mastering that I showed you, CRM cannot do the mastering. It's impossible, because I worked with many CRM systems. The CRM system
Mm-hmm.
will take the data from MDM to identify the duplicates and to create strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for example, let me explain, then it will be clear. Right. Now let's try to understand why we need why an MDM. Because in like if I remember 30 years back we had data warehouses. Same question someone asked about data warehouses 30 years back. Why data warehouses? And now it's clear why data warehouses, right? So everyone knows the business importance and they started implementing. Same thing with this, because you will see that in internet there are every day you will see 1,000 technologies. Technologies come and they go. So a lot of technologies crash in the market as well. Like people start implementing it, then they stop it and all that. So let's try to understand the importance of MDM, then it will be clear. So the first reason why we need an MDM solution. So you know the definition as of now. So if I go with the definition, one thing is clear, that MDM only makes sense when I have multiple products. Clear? MDM will only make sense when I have multiple products. If I have just a single product, let's say if I'm selling just popcorns, nothing else, just popcorns, so I will not need an MDM. If I am selling three products, the need of MDM is more. If I'm selling 100 products or 100 services if I'm providing, then it's impossible to live without it, right? Now, that's the definition. Now, what is happening with any company? Just try to understand. If you analyze any Fortune 500 company, let's say Cisco or Bank of America or anything, let's say Cisco, they started with just some routing services, router services and all that, some just one or two networking services. Now if you see Cisco, they have thousands and thousands of different services, different products, right? If I talk about anything, you take anything in the world, you talk about Apple, it started with something very simple. Now they have thousands of products. Microsoft, thousands of products. And let's say Cisco has, let's imagine that 10,000 products as of now in 2016. How many products will be there in 2020? It will definitely not be 10K. It will be somewhere around 20K, 30K, right? So that's the strategy everyone uses. It means that every day the number of services, the number of products keeps on increasing, right? So the need of MDM will be more and more in the future. So if some company does not need it now, they will need it in future. And if you're asking why the company, why this will change, that's business. I mean, if they don't provide new types of services, then it's not going to work. For example, see, you might have seen ads like Cadbury chocolates, then you will see Cadbury bubble chocolates, Cadbury like crispy chocolates. They're all same. Just to, for different reasons that for different type of marketing, they try to change it. But to the end customer, it's a different product. Okay, same thing goes here. So this is the first reason why we need an MDM. So you will see that MDM is pretty much like, if not mandatory now, will be mandatory, almost like mandatory for every company in the future. First reason. Second reason, let's say that this is false. I mean, I don't need that many products, so let's say that's okay. Now, because of this second reason also, you have to implement MDM. What exactly is that? Government norms means, let's say that I am operating a company called as Cisco. Let's say I am the head of Cisco. Now I have the government guys, right? So they keep on auditing my things to make sure that I don't do any illegal things. And you know, right? That's a normal thing for any company. The government will definitely audit your records and all that. So let's the government is saying that requesting Cisco to provide all the details of Sunil. So they have some issues with this person Sunil because of some issues. The FBI, let's say. So if I'm saying FBI, I'll not take my name. So let's take the John's name only. Okay. So let's say the FBI or some government agency, auditing agency, they are requesting this information from the company that you provide me all the details of this customer John. Now, if you have an MDM, you can do it. If you don't have an MDM, it's impossible. Why? Because you don't know if they are same. They have done transactions in your company, but you don't know if it's the same customer or different. So if you don't have an MDM, you will definitely not meet this standard, right? So that's the reason why again you will need MDM. So because even if the first is false, let's say some companies will argue that I don't need this, I don't need that. So because of second requirement, they must implement an MDM. Okay. And coming to the third one, which is probably one of the most important things, CRM application. Now, first let me define a CRM application. CRM, Customer Relationship Management. So basically, if I have to define CRM application, let's take a very simple example. Let's say that I am operating a grocery store. Very simple. Let's say a grocery or kirana store, what you call this. So store. Let's say I'm sitting there in the grocery store. So when people are coming for purchasing different things, I'm trying to maintain a direct relationship with them. Direct in the sense, I will ask them how things are going on, how's your job, how your family is, all that, right? Now just try to visualize that. What is happening? What is happening is I'm not doing it for fun. I'm doing it to maintain a good relationship with the customer. Why? I would like to retain the customer. I want to make sure that if he needs anything, he should come to my store, not to anything else. So that's called as customer retaining. Okay. So in business, there are two things. That is the most important is retaining the current customer. Retaining the current customer. If you can't do this, no matter whatever you do, you will be out of the business. Second is fetching new customers. So retaining the current customers and fetching new customers, right? In both these cases, so that's what let's say both these things I'm doing manually in the grocery store. I'm doing it manually because I have 100 customers. Let's say I have 1,000 customers. Still I can do it by hiring 2-3 people. Let's say I have this many customers. It's not possible. It's not possible to maintain a direct relationship. The method will change. That is, we have to take the help of computers. And that's what a CRM application is. CRM is a system which will create strategies for, based on pattern, it will create strategies. For example, you have a pattern that a person has taken a, let's take this example itself. A person has taken prepaid connection and an internet connection and postpaid connection. So you know this pattern. So let's say the companies have to sell shoes. They're selling shoes and they're selling mobiles with 4G, let's say, right? So if they have to market something to this guy, should they market shoes or what is the best option, or mobiles? Of course mobile. Why? Because as per the pattern, the customer is interested in mobile related electronics, telecom products. So how will I know that? You will not know it. That's what the CRM application will determine. Okay, how it will determine? Based on MDM. Because if you don't have master data, CRM can never work properly. Because CRM works on the assumption that MDM provides the complete details of the customer. That is, this customer is in prepaid, postpaid, internet. For example, once I do the match and merge, there is a table called as xref, okay, which will contain the, one second, which will contain the details of the customer. Let me reconnect. Okay, anyway, that's fine. Okay, so which will contain the details of the customer. Now that details, when I give it to the CRM, then the CRM is going to work. Okay, CRM will work very closely with MDM. In fact, you will see that in every telecom company, you will have a CRM. Without CRM, it's not going to work. Okay, and you will also have an MDM, and you will see that MDM will feed data. MDM will feed data to MDM, your CRM. Okay, so that's the reason why we need a so it means wherever I have CRM application, I will need MDM. Is it correct? Of course. So in which companies I will have CRM applications? You will see that any intelligent company, intelligent in the sense, any growing company will have a CRM application. It means that they must have an MDM as well. Okay, it means that pretty much MDM will be mandatory for almost any company. Okay, now talking about the fourth point, data warehouses. I will again explain what is difference between data warehouse and MDM. Okay, no need to worry. There are a lot of differences, but anyway, let's focus on a scenario, then let's get going. So let's say I have a use case like Amazon and Amazon Inc. Let's say the revenue of Amazon is $3 million. Revenue of Amazon Inc. is $4 million. Clear? Okay. Now, let's say that I am pulling this data to my data warehouse, and in my data warehouse, I have created a strategy that if revenue exceeds $5 million, then treat that as a platinum customer. In this case, since I don't have an MDM, what will happen is I cannot find if these two are same or different. So I will treat them as different customers. So what will happen is this customer and this customer, they will be probably created as a bronze or something, bronze customer or a silver customer, not platinum. As a result, you can understand what will happen, impact to the business. You might lose this customer completely because you know what will happen. You're not giving the best to this customer. You're doing something wrong. So that's the reason why you will see that MDM, it's not MDM versus data warehouse. This is wrong. It is actually MDM supplies to the data warehouse. That's correct. This is the correct definition, not this one. So for example, like you have legs, you have hand, right? You don't say that my leg is really stupid because it's just sits there without doing anything, but my hand is useful. You don't say it, right? You say that we work together. So that's the same thing. So these two work together. They are not competitors. Okay, anyway, the more differentiation I will do later, because again this is a whole story. I have to define what exactly this is, what exactly this, what's the difference in data model, what's the difference in style, and what's the difference in implementation and the team size. So typically this will be very huge. This will be, we will see, I mean it's depends upon from 5 to 50, that depends, right? And then this one will directly talk about this use case in when I give an example of insurance sector, then I will directly define this one. Okay, so because of all these reasons, you will need an MDM solutions. So if you're asking me that currently, let's say that I have somewhere around 10k companies in the world. Let's assume 10k is very less, but let's say that in the world you have 10k companies, or let's make it better, 100k companies. Okay, so how many companies have implemented data warehouse? Pretty much all of them. And how many companies have implemented MDM? Very less. So you will say almost like 1% of them. And even if they have implemented, they have done a limited edition. Limited edition, that is nothing but your registry edition, which is pretty much useless nowadays. In 2016, a registry edition does not make any sense. I will tell you what's a registry MDM, but understand that registry MDM means very limited MDM. Okay, so it means that we have 99% companies which are yet to implement MDM. So you can decide if this technology will be a bull or it will be a bear. Okay, and then the final thing, we'll try to understand why Informatica MDM, because technically if you ask me that Sunil, I want to learn MDM, can you tell me what are the best options? The best option is you just have two options. You either go with Informatica MDM or you go with IBM MDM. IBM MDM is slightly complex to learn, but still that's also good in market. Okay, and Informatica MDM is of course the best. If you see the reports and everything or anything, it is best. Why? You know, Informatica's marketing strategy is very aggressive. You can't compare that with Oracle or IBM or anything. It's very aggressive. And one thing is aggressive. Second thing is they have a customer base. And it's like, for example, let's say if I am, let's say if I'm selling you mango drinks, okay, let's say you are my customer and if I'm selling you mango drinks, right? And if you really like it, then I will say uh, sweetened, I will try to sell a product called as orange drink, which is quite similar in style with mango, let's say. So definitely you will take it. So Informatica has millions of, not millions, I'm not sure about the list, I think some 6,000-7,000 something customers which have taken Power Center plus and IDQ or DQ. Okay, now they have this list of customers. They don't need to look for customers, you understand, right? They already have potential customers. They just need to make them a good offer or something like a free offer initially. So you make an offer that can't be refused, something like that. So that's the reason why you're seeing that Informatica MDM is growing at a very fast rate as compared to other MDMs. And if you ask me technically that Sunil, is there much difference between the tools? Frankly speaking, not much. You will see that 70% of the tools are similar only. The remaining 30% might be different. That's it, right? But it really does not matter. That does not matter. What matters is which is best and which will be best. So you go with the best. Okay, that's the option. And the reason is, of course, you have data integration, power center, DQ, MDM. All these three are sold by a single vendor. So the advantage is, this is the advantage. You use ETL, then you use an IDQ, then you use MDM. So this is like my nose, this is like my hands, this is like my legs. So they together make the body. It means that together this is called as a full solution, makes a full implementation, right? And if this is weak, let's say, what will happen? The whole thing will be weak. So the good advantage here is this is very strong. The industry leader power center. IDQ was weak a bit in market, but it's very strong now. And MDM is of course growing and it will be the best. And the second thing is the matching engine and scaling. Matching engine is based on SSA name 3. So you can check it in here itself, SSA underscore name 3. This is the matching algorithm that Informatica uses, and it's quite advanced as compared to anything. It's very advanced in identifying patterns. And then I have something called as the scaling. So you can have thousands servers also. You can allocate it to MDM. There's no limit as such. Okay, so this makes it solution very robust. And of course, this I have already discussed, that the marketing strategy of Informatica. Okay, initially this tool was called as Cyperion, and a lot of people still call it Cyperion MDM. That's what still a lot of people call it. And actually this was Cyperion MDM, and it was owned by a company called as Cyperion Corporation, right? Later what they did is Informatica acquired this company. When they acquired these guys, they had almost like just 5-6 clients, and that too pharmaceutical clients. So this was called as Pharma MDM also long time back. Informatica took it, and now they have hundreds and hundreds, I mean thousands, I'm not sure thousands, but at least I know more than 100. And I mean, I don't know, but as per my knowledge, they have more than 100 clients almost. Okay, and it's growing. So why it's growing? Because Informatica is putting that much money in marketing, sales and all that, which is of course a good news for people who are working on this technology, because you will see very good demand on this. Because if you're trying to learn something, first you must make sure that is it great in market or good or hot in market, and will it be, and if it is, then for how many years, right? And because of all these reasons, uh, why MDM, why Informatica MDM, and what's the definition we have seen, and a lot of other things, right? So if you have any doubts or anything, you can ask me. And yeah, if you have anything on this, you can ask me. I think I'm speaking continuously since long time.
Sunil, Nitin again. So I have a question here on the particularly on the product side.
Right.
So the world is moving on the real-time analytics and massive data processing.
Right.
So like, are we capable enough to handle the bigger volumes?
Bigger volumes, there is no limit on the volume. If you're asking about big data as such, if your point is to big data as of now, yes, big data is also available as an option. I mean, normally we would not like to store the information in a Hadoop system or something. The reason is, see, just try to understand that what you said is correct, but let's try to understand where data is increasing. I mean, data is increasing in transaction and those kind of things. But speaking about MDM, the scope of MDM is quite limited to storing the customer information or the product information. And if I talk about customers, how many customers will be there in a company? Let's talk about the biggest company called the Bank of America. Okay. So how many customers can you expect in Bank of America? Can you expect 10 million or like 100 million? So 100 million is a volume that you can handle in databases. It's not a problem. The problem happens when you have this volume or something like this volume, which a database cannot handle. Okay, so that's the reason why you will not see Hadoop much or big data much in MDM, because that's not necessary. But if you're asking technically, is Hadoop or is big data, whatever it is it supported? Of course it is. So it is supported, which I will also show you the supporting document. um, 1 second. No, not this one. I will show you later. I think I have. Yeah, so I think that's the answer.
Hey, Sunil. See, is this support which you're saying for big data, is it limited to pulling data from it or also towards
No,
like
pulling data
storing data?
from it is something that we can do it now itself. I mean, that's not called as support. That's something that's anyway it can be done, because I said that you have ETL, you have
Hmm.
IDQ, you have MDM. So ETL is something that has the ability to deal with anything in the world. So you have Hadoop,
Right.
big data, small data, medium data, whatever it is, ETL can deal with it. So as a source or target, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about bit more deeper. We're talking about storing this in a big data system.
Okay.
Okay. Right. If you have any more questions on that, we will not be going through the architecture. I mean, not today, because not it's not possible, because architecture I'll cover bit slowly, because I want you to understand architecture very clearly in a very crystal clear manner, so that if you understand architecture, 30% of the course is done itself in 2 hours. I mean, it's that important, right? And yeah, if you have any
Sunil,
concerns, you can. Yeah.
here, one quick question on the matching algorithm which is being used by Informatica MDM. So I think you said like SSC underscore M3 or something.
Name three. Yeah.
So will you be, yeah, I mean, will you be providing more details on the matching algorithm?
Yeah, MDM is all about matching.
So,
I mean, that's what I said when I said MDM is about match and merge. So it means that the most important part is the match and merge. And there are many different configurations that you can do in match and merge. Like 1 second, what's the problem with this tool? 1 second, let me open this. So there are many different configurations that are possible in a matching. That is many configurations. So yes, so you will learn a matching in very detail level. So for example, see the matching here. This is the match and merge. This is where you do the match and merge setup. So what exactly is this thing, and the strategies and all these things we will see.
So,
okay.
Mr. Neil, is this a scalable system? Like, can we
Yeah.
always attach a new source to it?
You are saying horizontal scaling or vertical scaling. I mean, it is ready for both. So yes, you can start with, let's say, just 10 systems, 10 source systems. Later you can move ahead to 200 systems. So it is scalable in that way. And also this is scalable in an infrastructure method. Okay, so that means it is scalable in terms of the number of servers. For example, currently I have only one server configured. If I want to have 10 servers, which is normally you will have 4 or 5 servers, then you can also configure that. You can go here, install it, and then add an additional server. So this is completely configurable, both horizontal as well as vertical.
Mhm. One more thing, like once we start doing this, how much is like the match and merge process is gonna take time? What I heard is like the match and merge process is the one of the complex,
Yeah, match and merge process.
mechanism that.
That's correct. Not exactly complex. I would not say that it is complex. No, it's not complex. I don't agree with that. But yes, it's important. But I don't think it's complex, because it's quite simple only. See, if you have some idea already, if you are working or if you're not an MS student or something.
Complex in the sense like even if you create the match and merge process, it's gonna take a lot of time, right?
Yeah, about the time it is
Complexity
correct.
with the data, complexity with the match and merge process, in the sense like it's gonna take a lot of
That's
time.
correct.
So as
So
you are speaking, like it can also support big data and all. Like, is it gonna like have data in how much in terabytes or something like that?
no. Normally I said that's what when Nitin asked, I explained that it can be done in big data, but that's just an addition. You don't need to use it. You will never use that. As of now, in 2016, I'm not sure about 2020, but even in 2020, you will not use it because you will never exceed this 100 million customers or 10 million customers. With that, you will never have performance issues. Okay, and
But Sunil,
yeah,
Sunil, I don't buy that option because like you think about Amazon and we said like we need MDM where we are using multiple products. So you think about a scenario like MDM, uh, like if you're thinking about Amazon, like they're selling any product in the world, like they're selling everything.
right,
You can even count on the products.
right.
So if you're giving a solution on MDM side, because like they have a variety of products, so probably like 100 million is not the number where we can limit.
No, that see, there are in when we talk about Amazon.com, then it's not just one MDM. It's two MDMs will come into picture now. One is product MDM, another one is customer MDM. Okay, so this MDM will be quite less, but it will contain many attributes. You understand? The volume will be less, but it will contain many attributes. This one, the volume might be in 100 million, 1000 millions, but the attributes is quite limited here. So this, even if the rows are more, the what you say, the data is more, the attributes will be less. So that's still not a problem. But anyway, talking about Amazon.com or any e-commerce portal, an MDM solution is not enough. Okay, so there is a separate solution that comes into picture, that is PIM. Informatica also comes with a PIM solution that is called as Informatica uh, PIM.
Product information.
So product information management. So PIM is something that overtakes MDM in case of e-commerce portals. Okay, for example, if you go with something like Amazon.com, let's say, right? Then let's say if I try to search for something like, let's say, let's search for something, not this lady. Yeah, so let's say I am looking at this, then PIM is something that will manage your images, whatever images you're seeing here. It will also manage this video, this dynamic pricing. So you will see that tomorrow the pricing might be $120 or $80 based on the different offers. That everything is managed by a PIM. MDM will also be there, but the scope of MDM will be quite limited in case of a e-commerce portal or a product-based organization. Okay. Right. And there are different types of MDM, product, customer, employee. We'll talk about that. Right. If you have any more concerns, then you can ask me.
So how do you profile the data?
Data profiling will be done using a data profiler like IDQ. IDQ is not
No,
mandatory
like
though.
when we say like you have multiple sources that you are trying to, integrate in MDM.
Right.
So first you basically profile to understand how much, trust you can put in
Right.
a single
Profiling,
system, right?
that's correct. Profiling is the most important part. As you can see, I have clearly documented this here. Okay. You can, one second. You can see this here. This is the step-by-step process. Client, data steward, the architect is involved, and then the data profiling. Once the data profiling is done, and if you're asking me the importance of data profiling is everything. So without data profiling, there's no MDM. Because based on data profiling only, you will know what are the DQ issues you have, how to do the match and merge, how to find the trustworthy thing, and pretty much everything. I will explain what exactly is it, is a data profiling using a report like this, for example, this, but not now. For example, see, this is a uh, data quality, or sorry, data profiling report. This one, profiling is again of two types, basic, advanced. Now this part is the basic profiling. Advanced part is where you do the validation exclusively, plus you try to match the results based on different things. So you can see that with this matching, the result is less than 10% match. But with a different style of matching, I have 80% match. So profiling will be done exclusively, but anyway, profiling is not done by an MDM resource. I mean, it can be done, but normally there's a dedicated resource who will work on profiling. Okay.
Hey Sunil,
Yeah.
can any of the MDM object be used as a confirm dimension?
Actually, I forgot confirm dimension long time back, but I understand confirm dimension is something like date or something that you can reuse across different models, right? That's what a confirm dimension is. So
Kind of.
yeah, but in MDM we don't exactly call that as dimensions, but yeah, we don't use those confirm dimensions much, but yes, you can use it. That's not a problem. For example, when you have multiple domains, for example, you can see here that I have a mix-up means I have a product domain as well as I have an customer domain, and you can see here that this is my customer domain, which is normally huge. Customer domain always will be big. This is my customer domain, and this is my product domain, which is always a very small implementation as compared to customer. So this is quite small as compared to this, right? And in these cases you might want to use it, or you can see that some things, some objects, if you want to reuse, you can do that.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, and I'm question, do I need Informatica knowledge to go with MDM, to understand MDM? Actually, I have not gone through one slide, which I will go through this quickly so that I know you have answers, questions on that. So that's why I designed this small slide. I'll quickly go through that because so that you will not ask questions. I mean, I mean, it's clear to you. See, the role that we're expecting is clear. If you complete this, you can work as 3 years experienced developer. Simple. Okay. Prerequisite is just SQL. If you're asking me Power Center is prerequisite, no. Power Center is not prerequisite. Just SQL. And if you're in this range, 4-5 years, Java is bit necessary. Okay. And that's also it's needed for customization. So if you don't know, that's okay. I mean, you can learn that. Okay. I will give you tutorials for that. But anyway, you just need very basic information that you can learn in 2 hours or so. And if I know Power Center, is there any advantage? Of course, the advantage is you can learn a bit quickly, but anyway, that's not a prerequisite. Versioning, the version that we'll be using is 10.1. So 10.1, and you can see 10.1, that's the latest version. So we'll be training on the latest version. That's the story. Okay, 10.1, that's the most latest one. You don't have anything called as 10.2 yet. I think they will release probably January or something. And
Would
course
you
con
also be
yeah,
showing some kind of similarity between 9.5, 9.6,
yeah, that's
and
correct. I
10?
was just about to talk on that. So there are
Okay.
many versions of the software. Like you will see that there is something called as 9.1. It's exactly 910, and then I have 9.5, 9.5.1, 9.6, then 9.6.1, 9.7, then 10.0, then 10.1. Okay, this is completely different. This is completely different. So there is a completely, these are different, these are different. So you must know the difference between this and this. And I will tell you how to implement a feature in older version, in newer version. For example, let's say user exit. So in newer version, this has to be done in Java, right? And in older version, this is packages. So this is what how you do in older version. So you have packages and you implement your custom code in the package like this. Okay. Same thing in the new version has to be done via the on the Java side, which is not complicated as such, but you have to implement that in the Java side. So yes, I will tell you how to do it in both, but software will be there in version 10.1. Okay, because the I mean that's
So
the
are you also going to explain us like if the upgrade is happening from 9.5 to 10.1, what all steps needs to be taken?
Yeah, upgrade, I will tell you what are the steps that you need to do. Okay, and yeah, so in you will see that there is much difference, a lot of difference between older and new version. For example, older version also I have it, but I'm not installed this in any server as such, because I just kept it for reference. For some people ask me for practice and all that, so for them it is. But normally you don't need to concentrate on 9.1 version, it's quite old, right? And yeah, and then the materials that you'll be getting, a lot of materials I have, you'll be getting the lab guides and the PPTs. For example, I'll just quickly show you. So these are the different PPTs that I will be sharing. I have many PPTs, 6 PPTs are there like this, which is also quite good. And then the lab guide. So the lab guide, this one. And regarding scenarios, so will we be going through scenarios or not? Yeah, we will be going through scenarios, because I have many project scenarios. That is, you will see that many different project related scenarios, which we will be going through that. Okay, so no need to worry on the that part. And this one is the lab guide, as you can see here, the lab guide with the print screens, what you need to do and all that stuff. Okay, and I'll close this. And like interview questions are there, and then certification guide. I hope it's clear. If you have any specific questions, you can ask me. And the access, you will be getting it from the server. So from in the server you have it this installed, and from the server you will be accessing it. The way I am accessing it now, you'll be accessing in the same way. And yeah, so a lot of people try to explain it. They have a concern that since this is a server and it's in India or something, then it will be a bit slow and all that. No, I don't agree with that, because I don't think it will be slow, because you can see that this is normal, this is fast only. You can see that it's not stucking or anything. So I'm actually accessing from the server. So if you're in US, in India, doesn't matters. The protocol remains the same. And in US it will be more faster because you have fast internet connections. So anyway, that's not the thing, right? And integration knowledge, yeah, I mean integration, we will be covering integration things. Regarding MDM testing, see, on will I be covering MDM testing? Basically I have not that much experience in testing. Working as a senior developer or as an SME, I know testing, so system integration testing, performance testing, stress testing, all that. But I will not be covering testing. I will tell you how to do that. Okay, you can use that knowledge, but frankly speaking, testing in MDM, to test data in MDM, you should have technical knowledge, which is not the case for data warehouse testing or something. You just need something like a black box testing, which you can't do in MDM. So to be a successful MDM tester, you should have knowledge on this tool as well. Okay, so you should have some development kind of experience. And integration also, we will see how to integrate this different softwares like the IDQ, the ETL, that's the power center, how to do Trillium data director, how to do address doctor, that is we use in what do you say, in IDQ very often, this address doctor. So how to integrate that. So we'll talk about,
Address doctor
it's a
does
feature
it
is there in
come
IDQ.
with does it come with the IDQ nowadays, or
No,
it's a
no, it's
separate
a separate
license?
thing, separate tool. You need to purchase separately, maintain separately. It's just that you integrate IDQ with the address doctor. That's it.
Okay.
So frankly speaking, if you have a Java code or some, let's say, some tool like some SSS, this is the name of the tool. You can also integrate address doctor in that if this supports customization,
Okay.
because address doctor provides APIs and anything can be integrated with that. Right, I think so. Then we will finish the session. And regarding the next session, I'm not sure, because we have Dasara. I think it will be holidays, so that's was my concern earlier also before starting this, because I did not know that there was Dasara. I planned this session long time back, but now like I'm getting from a lot of people that They will not be available since this is the long weekend. So when shall we do the next session? I think Dasara is on 11th. We'll not have a session on tomorrow because I want to give some time, and anyway it's a weekend. Normally we have sessions on Saturday, Sundays. It's a 6-day a week session. Okay, 6-day a week session, but not on the first week. I was planning to have a session on Monday or Tuesday, but I think it's not possible because everyone will be on vacation. One second, let me check with one second. Yeah, what we'll do otherwise is we will have the next session on 12th Tuesday. That's better because Monday, Tuesday and Saturday, Sunday, this is a long weekend, so no one will be available. Even though there will be recorded sessions, but attending a live session is different and attending a record session is of course different. So similar but not same. So we'll have the next session on 12th if that's fine with you. 12th October. Time will be 6:30 a.m. IST, and for US this will be 11th, then evening, and this will be like, you can calculate the timing because US is a big country. You have, I believe you have 4 domains, 4 time zones or 2 time zones, something, right? So you can calculate accordingly. And yeah, meanwhile what you can do is, I got confirmation from a lot of people, so I will send you the materials which are there in my Google Drive. So what you should try to do meanwhile, before enjoying the vacation or after the vacation, you should try to configure this tool access and materials, all that you can do that, but try to configure this tool access. This will hardly take 10-15 minutes. The instructions are, I've created a small video for that. It's a self guide, so small video for that, and you can easily do it. If you can't do it, then you can install TeamViewer and you contact me. I mean, I will do it through the TeamViewer, but I think you can easily do it using this tool access guide, right? So I think we will finish the session now. Thanks very much for attending. So the next session I'll put it as it's 12th Wednesday, and 11th for US, Tuesday evening for US.
Sunil, the
Yeah,
tool access will be through VPN, right?
through VPN, yeah.
Okay. Is it's not just for Windows, right? It will work in Mac.
Yeah, Mac also it will work. So for Mac you need to
Okay.
install a different software. So this one is for Windows, this one is for Mac.
Okay.
Okay. So for Mac you can do it, for Unix, Linux, for anything you can do it. The reason is it is Java. So this tool is based on a Java style, and you know Java is platform independent. So you can open this in
Yeah.
anywhere in the world. Right. So I will conclude this session. Then if you have anything, then you can still reach out to me later.
Maybe I joined late, so missed it. So apart from your name, I don't know anything about you. So did you explain anything about you?
My name is Sunil, and basically I have around 10 years experience, and I have worked on different technologies, different things. And from technical point of view, I have worked on 7-8 different technologies, because working as SME you have to work on different things. But mainly on Power Center I have almost like 3-4 years of experience. On IDQ I am working since very long time. So you can say almost like 7-8 years, when this was called as IDQ Workbench or DQ Workbench. And with MDM I have almost like 7+ years of experience, and I have on MDM I have knowledge on 3 different MDM tools, where Informatica MDM is the main thing, and on Siebel MDM I have also done some work on Siebel MDM as well. Okay.
Located in
Sunil,
India?
Can you give example of insurance if possible?
Insurance,
Using M
now,
how
yeah, insurance, don't no need to worry, because I have like 4 projects for insurance, you will see that MDM is 40% of MDM implementations will be on insurance side. So insurance, we have many things, no need to worry about insurance. I'll just show, since it is time, I cannot explain now, but see, for a healthcare, for an insurance, and this is also insurance. Okay, so for an insurance, this BLG will also be there. That is also insurance. Zurich, I'm not sure because I received this recently. I think it's more over banking and into, I think they're also into
Yeah.
insurance. Not sure much. This is pharmaceutical. This is also pharmaceutical. This is healthcare. This is healthcare. This is, I'm not sure about the name of the project. It's a, actually I know, but I can't say. And this is also a material master kind of thing. And this is pharmaceutical. And insurance, I have no need to worry for people who want to work on insurance and pharmaceutical. I have documents that you can go through for like almost months. So use cases, and this is a use case. For example, like this is a complete project from end to end. So let's say like what is the prerequisite, how to implement, and technically how to implement that, how to design the data model. So this is the rough design, and then the exact logical design, and a lot of things, plus the business use case will be there, that what is the reason why the company went for this. So that will also be there, business scenario. So yeah, so the business scenario, what is the reason why the company was forced to use an MDM solution, the vehicle, it's all theories there, you can check it. Okay.
Sunil, from 12th onwards is gonna be an uninterrupted, right? Classes like
Actually, it's not. It's
they're
still
not
also
gonna
it's
have
not
any.
interrupted. The reason is actually even I don't like holidays much because for me it's a waste of time much. So the thing is actually when I planned this session, I was not aware about Dasara holidays, and then people requested
No, no,
that.
that's fine.
No, no.
Yeah,
See,
that's absolutely.
talking about
That's
myself, I will show you from the recorded sessions itself because that is the direct thing. The recorded session itself, I'll show you that you will see that the course will complete in 35 days, and so you will not see much delay in the session or as such. Okay, so the courses will be regular. You will see that there's no delay. Okay, so see 27, 28, 29, 30 first, and then weekend gap of 1 day, then 2, 3, like that. You will not see. I'll tell about myself that I am more committed to, like, whatever I do, I'm committed to that. So if I'm saying something, I will do that. So there will not be any interruptions or anything because I don't like the interruptions.
and one more thing, like you also guide us for certification, right?
Yeah, certification, yes. If you're planning for it, yes, of course. Okay, okay, guys. Then I think we will finish the session. If you have anything, then you can reach out to me. Okay, right.
So Sunil, one question.
Yeah.
So how much knowledge is required for Java for MDM?
Java, you need just basic knowledge, and I think you most of you guys would have done C in your college, right? C or C++, because it's like mandatory nowadays in school, right? School or colleges. If you know C or something, then to learn Java, it will take almost like, I mean, if you know C++ means, I'm not saying that programming and all that. You just know that in a program, what's a function, what's a what's a variable parameter, what's a class, all that. That basic, then it'll take 1 hour. If you don't know anything, it'll take 2-3 hours. And I have videos for that, so I'll share these videos. So you don't need to take a separate course or something. That's not necessary. If you go through the initial 4 or 5 videos, these videos are 5 minutes, not more than that. 4 or 5 minutes, that's it. So if you go through some of it, I think that's enough. Because see, for example, this program, to understand this program, I don't think actually you need to be an expert in Java or so. This is a very basic simple program which uses ODBC or sorry, JDBC, Java Database Connectivity, to connect to a database and post queries. You don't have to be an expert, or you don't need much knowledge. And frankly speaking, if I explain you this, even if you don't know Java, then still also you can understand. Okay, so that's fine. No need to worry about the
Okay.
Java part,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys. Then I think I will wrap up the session.
Thanks. Thank you very much for attending. For anything else, you can reach out to me later. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Sunil.
Thanks.
Thank you.